Yeah, good morning all. So let's start with today's session. Today is like first class, and I hope you people joined the demo session. And in the demo session, just we have provided what is the Salesforce and why to use the Salesforce and which companies are using this Salesforce. And we have seen like how how this Salesforce is managed by using the different clouds. We have discussed a couple of things in the demo session that is purely related to why the Salesforce is required to learn, what is the job opportunities we have, and how you are going to put your resumes, I mean to say like admin and development part there. So if you missed the demo, just I would request you to please go through the recording link, which is already pasted in the WhatsApp group regarding the demo session. If not, you can also get it from the admin team from the same WhatsApp group. You can request by please by sending a message. Now let's start with the first class. Today let's discuss like what is Salesforce and why to use the Salesforce and all that. So now let's take some example. I mean to say any of the company would like to purchase the, let me open the notepad. Any of the company would like to start with Salesforce, then what would be the process? In the demo session, we have explained to overcome the issues with the manual process. Some of the companies will use this Salesforce to automate their process to make it some online based, right? In the example here, now let's say RD is the company which is looking to have some CRM sort of application. You know what is CRM, customer relationship management sort of application, so that they can make everything automate and they can make online of their regular day-to-day activities or total transactions. For that, every company will follow some marketing strategies, right, to get some leads. And after that, after getting the leads, they will sell the product, and then for that product they will purchase this they will provide the service to it, right? To start with Salesforce, if this auditor would like decided to go with the Salesforce CRM, then the first action is how to they should understand how to what is the editions we have, what is Salesforce provide, how many what are the different editions provided by Salesforce, right? Different editions. So here Salesforce provides different editions. Editions is nothing but, while you are going with Windows application or the Windows which we are using in our laptop or desktop, there is different editions we have. Enterprise edition, professional edition, home edition, like that, right? In the same way, Salesforce also we have like different editions there. Unlimited edition, professional edition, enterprise, group, and development. These are the different editions provided by Salesforce CRM. So now the RD company would like to would like to start with CRM. Then they need to decide which edition they need to purchase. What actually these different types of editions. Here, unlimited is nothing but there is no limitation of users creation in this account. I mean to say, now RD, let's say RD is a big company where they have n number of users are working there. I mean to say throughout the globe, they have different branches, India, US, Australia, anywhere. And again, India, they have like multiple branches. So more number of users, they would like to make to, I mean to say it should allow to create unlimited users there. It's a big company, right? At that time, they will go with the unlimited. In the same way, just for your understanding, I'm telling this, unlimited is means, and there is no limitation of users. Professional, enterprise, group edition, and developer. In the same way, there is some less limited, based upon the range. I mean to say, if you go with some professional, there is no, it will not allow you to create as you are creating in unlimited. As you know, right, based upon the budget, you will get some package. This package is nothing but which has some more, will have some more opportunity, some more options. I mean to say there is an API limit. So I'm not going into the more technical. API is nothing but a keyword here, application programming interface. If you are sending one request to the server, it is called in terms of APIs. So there is some limitations based upon the additions for this APIs and user logins and all. There is some difference for all this functionality. So based upon the requirement, they will choose to go with unlimited, professional, enterprise, or group edition. And what is this developer? This developer is nothing but, as we are like you people are trying to learn Salesforce CRM, right? So before learning something and before this RD card start with Salesforce, they need to explore the Salesforce CRM, right? They need to check what are the options available, what are the functionality we have with the Salesforce. At the time, you can create a developer edition Salesforce account. That is like, this is nothing but free account, right? This is like free account. In your Salesforce course period, it is like almost 3 months, right? Here, if you would like to learn the Salesforce and if you would like to practice the Salesforce, we can happily create with this, we can happily create this developer edition. This developer edition is nothing but which you can get without paying anything. It is like free account, which can be used to explore the Salesforce CRM, or which is used to, from a student perspective, we can learn the Salesforce CRM here by developing some functionality or some applications here. So throughout this class, we are going to create, I mean to say, we are going to create one developer edition. We are going to choose the developer edition and we create a Salesforce account. In that Salesforce account, we are going to learn the Salesforce CRM, what actually the functionality is provided by the Salesforce. In the same way, not only in the administration part, in the development part, also it has some platforms. In the yesterday's session, we have discussed what are the types of services provided by Salesforce, right? SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS, if you remember. This is nothing but software as a service, infrastructure as a service, and platform as a service, right? In this platform as a service is nothing but one of the platform. If you want to customize the any of the application, or if you want to do some development activity, there we have like force.com is an example which I provided. These are the platforms. In this developer edition, it supports all. In this developer edition itself, not only for the admin side, you can also practice your Apex code and all. So no need to install any software in your system, just to have internet access. And after creating the Salesforce account, that is free account, you can make use of this thing. There is no limitation or there is no trial period or somehow it is going to, I mean to say, as it is a free account, it is going to close within 1 month. Not like that. It will be there if you go with developer free account. So you can make use of this developer free account where you can work with the system. And and again, another thing which you need to understand here is user license. What actually is user license? You know, as the name defines, license is nothing but which defines, which explains you, or which provide you, or authenticate you, or authorize you to have some access to your system, right? System here is nothing but Salesforce CRM is system which I'm just referring. So let's say you have like multiple users in your system or multiple employees or the users who is working in this audit card. I can't go ahead and provide all the users as a single license, right? I mean to say, as an audit company, there is some employees who works in the marketing, that is like marketing persons, and there is something like sales representatives, and the agents who is providing the service to my product. Different types of people is required for my audio organization, right? Here, what I will do based upon their role, I will assign some user license to the users, right? And in development perspective, there is some deployment managers or deployment engineers or somehow where I can use the system. So you can also provide those licenses to the user. So based upon the license, Salesforce will automatically provide you the functionality based upon your license. Just for your example, here, if you go with the developer license, there is like Salesforce and Salesforce platform. And force.com is some of the licenses we have. Here, based upon the editions you are selecting, license will be changed. Why it is in the sense, as I said, unlimited is like there is a lot of no access, no limitation for access. in terms of number of users, nor some functionality. Based upon the editions, we have some licenses as well. But we no need to bother of checking this, which edition has which licenses. It's not required. No interviewer will going to ask you such type of questions. Your company like RD top management will decide which edition to purchase or which license to assign to this users or the employees who are going to join their organization. Right? This is the basic information of how to start with the Salesforce CRM. If any company was looking to use the Salesforce CRM system, then in the yesterday's demos class, we have discussed why to choose Salesforce CRM if there is multiple CRMs available in the market, right? So we have explained that thing. Now already decided to purchase the Salesforce CRM. Then we need to check for the what are the available editions there. Regarding these editions, if you want to explore more, you can also search in the Google. As I said, it's not required, but if you are like enthusiastic to learn this type of things, then you can search in the Google. Like what are the different functionalities we have with the different editions here. And so, as I said, for each and every edition, there is different licenses is there. This is how to start with the Salesforce. Okay, now the let's say Audicore itself decided to go with the developer. Here I'm just trying to adopt for the real-time example. That's it. Now, Audicore would like to go with the developer. Why? Because before investing something, I need to explore the system. I need to explore the system here. So that means I need to create a trial account. For that, you can make use of developer.salesforce.com/sign. Just use this particular URL to create your trial account. You can also go with the Salesforce and sign in there and sign up. But if you are going in that way, it will close the account within 45 days. I mean to say, for the free account, if you are going another way than this, with the directive, if you go with the direct URL, your account will be lifetime, even though it is a trial account. But if you're going in another way, like just open the Salesforce account and sign in or sign up there, it will truncate, it will close the account within 45 days. So try to go in the same pattern, which I'm trying to create. To have this particular account, what actually you need? Just email or phone. Email is required. With your Gmail account, you can create an account. So whenever the actions is performing on this Salesforce, everything, let's say if you create an email template, if you want to send an email using the Salesforce, whatever the email you are going to provide here, this you will receive an email to this your mail account. Right? Now let's create a trial account. How to create the trial account? As I said, use this particular URL, which I will paste you in the chat, or it's like simple. You can see this video and you can get the URL as well. Sign up your Salesforce Developer Edition, right? Just provide the name. Here I'm using my Yaksha IT 32. Just I'm giving some email ID. Role, you can select the administrator because you are going to be like ultimate or the main user who can have full access to your account. So administrator and company here is Yaksha IT is my company, or Yaksha IT Solutions is my company name here. It is from India, Telangana. Giving some postal code. Username, I will take Yaksha IT 30 to use my username. Just agree, click on this. I agree to the main service and sign me up. This is as simple as you create the enter the unique. That seems it's already available. So let me go with the 33 otherwise. Sign me up. IT.com. This time it should be in the format of email. XIT32@it.com. This domain you can take anything. That's no need to focus on it. You can give your name as well. XIT32@suresh.com or whatever. You can go with it. Sign me up. So this is your username which you are going to log into your develop Salesforce every day. So I have just clicked on this. We'll be processing. So now you will get an email to your mail ID which you provided. This is my mail ID. So I already logged here. Let me refresh the system. Refresh the account. Sometime it will receive in your spam as well. If it is like first time user, it will receive in the spam as well. Try to check in the spam as well. Mostly it will take hardly 1 to 2 minutes. Here, your window also shows almost there. Please check your email to verify your account, right? So we are waiting for the email to ver it will send one email notification here just for your verification. This is simple as you create the Gmail account. Yeah, as we have received an request from one of the student, like not one, couple of students, just to go through the Telugu version as well. As we are waiting for the email, just I want to recap in Telugu. హియర్ సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ ఏదైతే ఉందో మనం సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ యూజ్ చేసేది నిన్న మనకి ట్రయల్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ లో వీ హ్యావ్ సీ లైక్ సారీ డెమోలో మనం చూసాం లైక్ సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎందుకు సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ చూస్ చేసుకోవాలి, సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ లో మనకి జాబ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి, ఇటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అని మనం చూసాం. సో ఈ రోజు జస్ట్ ఆడి అనే ఒక కంపెనీ మార్కెటింగ్ సేల్స్ సర్వీస్ వాళ్ళ డైలీ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇదంతా మనకి సిస్టమ్ లో మేనేజ్ చేయాలి అనుకున్నప్పుడు హౌ యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు మేనేజ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అన్నది జస్ట్ వీఆర్ డిస్కసింగ్ ఇట్. సో ఇక్కడ మనకి డిఫరెంట్ సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ వాళ్ళు స్టార్ట్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు అసలు సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ లో ఏమేమి ఎడిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి అనేది ఫస్ట్ వాళ్ళు చెక్ చేయాలి. సో ఆ ఎడిషన్స్ లో అన్లిమిటెడ్, ప్రొఫెషనల్, ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్, గ్రూప్ ఎడిషన్, డెవలపర్ అనే ఎడిషన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ ఎడిషన్స్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ మన విండోస్ ఏదైతే మనకి విండోస్ అప్లికేషన్ వాడతాం కదా, సో దీంట్లోనే డిఫరెంట్ డిఫరెంట్ ఎడిషన్స్ అంటే మీరు మీ డెస్క్టాప్ కానీ ల్యాప్టాప్ లో కానీ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ డిఫరెంట్ ఎడిషన్స్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారు. సేమ్ సినారియో ఒక్కొక్క ఎడిషన్ కి ఒక్కొక్క ఫీచర్ యాడ్ ఆన్ అవుతుంది అనమాట. సో అట్లా మీకు ఎడిషన్స్ ఏ ఎడిషన్ తీసుకోవాలి అన్నది యువర్ కంపెనీ విల్ డిసైడ్. తర్వాత ఇక్కడ మనం స్టార్ట్ లైక్ సేల్స్ కోసం మనం స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్ తోటి, విచ్ ఫ్రీ అకౌంట్ కావాలి అంటే మనం డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్ తోనే వెళ్ళాలి. సో మనం ఫ్రీ అకౌంట్ డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్ తో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. ఈ డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్స్ కి ఫర్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఎడిషన్స్ ఒక యూజర్ లైసెన్సెస్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి. సో డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్ కి బై డిఫాల్ట్ గా ఈ3 ప్లస్ సమ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా లైసెన్సెస్ వస్తాయి అన్నమాట. సో ఈ డెవలపర్ ఎడిషన్స్ లోనే మీరు యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో మేక్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ అకౌంట్ టు వర్క్ విత్ యువర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ యాక్టివిటీ కూడా, అంటే అపెక్స్ కోడ్ కానీ అలాంటివి చేయాలంటే యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో మేక్ యూజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ అకౌంట్ అనమాట. So once this is done, how to create an account on the developer.salesforce.com/signup. ఈ పర్టికులర్ యూఆర్ఎల్ యూస్ చేసి ఇక్కడ జస్ట్ మీ ఈమెయిల్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేయాలి. సో ఈమెయిల్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేసినప్పుడు లైక్ రెగ్యులర్ ఏదైతే డీటెయిల్స్ ఉన్నాయో ఫోన్ నెంబర్, సారీ అడ్రస్ అండ్ ఆల్ as per the screen, you need to follow that thing, and that is a simple way you can create an account there. So I have almost there. Please check your email. Ready, chalo. Usually it won't take that much time. Hardly within 1 or 2 minutes it will take. Okay. As we are waiting for the email, let me discuss the terminology here. So as you are new to this Salesforce, terminology is most important. Why? Because you may be like fresher or you may be experienced. the terminology which you are going to use in your company. That's decide your knowledge, right? So the terminology, you should be more conscious about the terminology you are using. So try to understand some basic terminology here before starting with the Salesforce account there. So as we are waiting for the email, I'm just focusing on the terminology now. So now let's say, as you are like BTech or BSc computers or any degree, I hope at certain point, at certain semester or year, you may come across the database, right? Database is nothing but which has like set of tables, the tables which is used to store the data. So I'm assuming that you have some basic knowledge on database, you know the terminology in the database. So just I'm comparing with the uh, Salesforce and database here, right? Database, what is the terminology we'll call in database and what the same in Salesforce, right? Here in the database, we'll call it as table, right? What is table? It's a set of, it's a combination of consists of different fields there, right? The table now, let's say you want to maintain an user information. There should be a user table. User number is a field. User name is which has the name. User phone number or email address or address. These are nothing but the fields in the table, right? There we will call it as table. In Salesforce, we are going to refer it as object. Don't refer it as table in Salesforce. It is like object only, right? The terminology is important. Whenever we are going to the new topic, I am going to stress you on the terminology. Why? Because terminology will explain to you whether you are having the Salesforce knowledge or not. So in here, we'll call it as column, right? Column is nothing but the same example. User number, username, email, phone number. These are nothing but the columns there. Here we will call it as fields. Here we will call it as fields there. And here the data. Now let's say we have the table with the columns. One number is one, username is Suresh, phone number is so and so. This is nothing but record. The data which you have in the table, right? Each and every record is nothing but Suresh record is nothing but which provides you the Suresh information. Mahesh is like Mahesh information. Ashok information. Each and every column, the data in this particular table is nothing but records. In the database, we will call it as records. In the Salesforce, we will call it as rows. Right? Just remember this thing regarding this database, the terminology about the tables. Why these tables? Why we are talking about this tables here? Whether we need to learn the database, or you may think like I don't know the SQL Server, I don't know the Oracle, or any database. So do I need to have some and some knowledge or prerequisites is which needs to learn before starting with the Salesforce? Do I need to have the database knowledge? No, but basic thing is you just need to understand this terminology here in the Salesforce. Now I say now Audica decide to go with some additions, right? So after purchasing this license, after creating some account here, the system will automatically create one database, or I mean to say one account. Now let's say simple example. Now you are using the Gmail account, right? So yeah, we have received this account. Now let's say you have created some Gmail account. That means you are sending an emails and you are receiving an emails, right? That means what's happening, where these emails are fetching and where you are trying to send something, where it is updating. That should have some database, right? The same way, Salesforce will take care of creating a database. Once you create an account, now I have created a trial account with the developer, right? That means it will automatically create a database in the back. And you don't need to have separate interface or something where you can log into the system or where you can install the SQL Server or whatever, and no need to do that thing. But as a developer perspective, is somehow at some time you may require, but there is a separate tools we have, which we are going to see in the coming classes like Workbench or Data Loader or something. There you can have, by using the tools, you can create some, I mean to say, by selection, with the mouse UI, with the mouse clicks itself, you can design some queries there, right? standard Salesforce structured queries you can design there by just selecting the rows and columns there. I mean to say by just selecting the objects and the fields, it will automatically generate some SQL queries. So I mean to say you don't need to bother if you are not aware of the database, but at least the terminology is sufficient. Then in our course content, whatever is required in terms of database, we will explain you that thing, right? Now we have received an email. Let's see the email which I received, like developer@salesforce.com. If someone not received within the inbox, just go and check in the trash, in the spam. After that, you can add this account to your email. You can add this account so that next time whenever you are receiving email, it will land in your inbox only. Welcome to Salesforce. Here you could see thanks for signing up with Salesforce and verify account. This is my URL to access my account. What is my username? Yaksha IT 32 at the rate IT.com, which I have provided there. Just clicking on this verify account. This is simple as Gmail account which you created. So enter a new password. Make sure to include at least, let me give some password here. So as you see, this is simple like Gmail account which you created. Now I have created a account. This is the page where you could see the sales, right? This is the account or the trial account which I have created, and this is my organization URL. Yaksha IT Solutions 66-dev ed. This is like edition.development.lightning.force.com. So you no need to bother about full URL here, but this is like whenever you are trying to log in the system, you no need to remember all these things, right? So then how to log in with this? Let me sign out. So now I have created a Salesforce account, right? You know, like what is your username and password and all. You have created username and password. Whenever you are trying to log in with the system, you can simply use login.salesforce. Right? Here you need to provide yaksha.it32@it.com, which is the username which you have selected, and then password which you created. So you don't need to remember the total URL there, and you just with the unique name that is like username. As simple, you are trying to access the Gmail account, right? So let's say one of the student or the person is working in TCS and someone in Infosys and someone in so and so companies there. So you are working in different projects here. So even though you don't need to bother about thinking or remembering your URL. So by simply with the login.salesforce.com, you can make use of this. You can log into your account, right? Now this is the screen which you could see. First page to introduce this Salesforce. This is the logo of Salesforce, which you know, right? Here, let's try to understand what is the UI based here, what actually options we have on this particular UI page. Here you could see the logo, Salesforce logo. Here you can add your whatever the project you are designing or your companies you are working. There you can create their account. As I said in the demo session, you no need to develop the things from the scratch. Automatically, Salesforce will provide by global understanding, like global level, different companies are using this particular Salesforce here for their marketing, sales, and service and all, right? Based upon the requirement, based upon the companies looking for the Salesforce, the CRM softwares, it automatically designs some system already available. So this setup page is nothing but this is the page where you are actually trying to configure your system. If you want to apply some settings or if you want to apply some if you want to add some new functionality or the configuration for the existing system, if you want to configure, then you are going to apply everything on the setup page. As a developer, as a consultant, you are regularly using this setup page. But let's say I am the user, a front-end user. If I am the front-end user, I'm not going to have access to this setup page. As simple as that. This is something sort of admin part. where your administrator or the developer or the consultant will take care of this setup, and they used to do the changes here. That means you people who are seeking to join the Salesforce, you are going to work regularly on this particular page. For each and every functionality, what you are going to develop, every functionality or the every customization or configuration, everything can be performed on this setup page. What is then user based? Here, this is this icon app launcher. This is like universal. This three dots and three lines, it's like app launcher, right? Click on this app launcher. You could see the list of apps which is available in this system. Let's go with the sales now. How I am getting all these things? Based upon the licenses or based upon the edition you purchase, this system will provide you some clouds there. This is nothing but app launcher. In app launcher, we could see different apps here. You can also call it as clouds. Try to understand the terminology, just focus on the terminology so that each and everything, again, we are going to check, and we are also going to create one app there, but try to understand the terminology as you are new to the Salesforce. So here we have different apps, or you can also call it as Sales Cloud or Sales Application or Sales Business Application. Anything is fine, right? Here, this is like sales, which is, if you see just what I have done, I just took the developer edition and just logged into the system with my creating my details like Yaksha IT 32 as my name. Instead of going with my name, I just used this as my username, right? After seeing this, how I could see this information. So it is like a basic thing which I don't have any data, but how it is showing. As I said, this is like developer edition, which provides you opportunity or which provides you chance to explore the Salesforce CRM throughout the functionality. I mean to say that what is the functionality we have with the Salesforce and what are the clouds we have. If you want to explore the system, then it is providing with some dummy data where this is nothing but the front screen which you see, the dashboard. This we will call it as dashboard. This dashboard is nothing but the top management should have some understanding by look and feel. Now, just one of my top management logs into the system. By seeing this, how many deals has closed? I could see 18 lakhs still open, 26.5 lakhs already won, and zero lost. So there is no dropouts from my leads. We can give some clear understanding on the dashboard, right? So how you are going to create these dashboards and all, we are going to see. And what actually this thing, opportunities, leads, task, this is like tabs or menu you could see, right? This is nothing but these are the objects. What is object here? Which I explained. Database, we will call it as table. In Salesforce, we will call it as object, right? And this is fields and rows. We are going to use this terminology from now. These are the list of objects which is available in the system. Now, we just logged into the system. We just created an account there. Then how you could see all this information? That's what Salesforce CRM has some research and development team. So throughout the globe, they are keep on researching and developing they're enhancing their product. I mean to say the Salesforce account, they are keep on updating. Even though if you take automobiles are using the Salesforce and oil and industry companies are using the Salesforce, I say sorry, the banking sector and health sector, utilities, manufacturing, different companies are using the Salesforce. So based upon their requirement, based upon their business process, their working style, Salesforce automatically creates some objects here. That's companies will decide whether they need to use those objects or not. If they want to customize or if they want to develop from the scratch, then that's up to them. But Salesforce is providing 60% of the project is already ready, where you can plug and play. Why 60%? As I said, each and every company has a different business process. Even though the Salesforce research and develop something, but each and every company should have some different process, the working style they follow, right? So now let's say these are some of the objects which I have here. Now my client requested, don't place files here. Remove the files from the menu. Then as a developer, as a consultant, you should be aware how to do that thing, right? That's what we are configuring the system. Configure is nothing but placing the things from the look and feel which you are configuring the system. What is customization and what is configuration? Configuration is nothing but You are making some changes to the system, or you are making some property changes. What is the properties? If you right click, there is some properties in the Windows desktop. Whatever the changes you are making for the out of the box functionality. What is out of the box again? Which is provided with the Salesforce after purchasing the license. If you are making some changes to that is nothing but the configuration part, and adding users, or what are the admin thing which you are going to perform, that everything will comes in the configuration part. Then what is customization? Customization is nothing but where you are going to add some new functionality to extend the existing functionality of the system. Now, let's say this is my functionality. This is the functionality provided by the Salesforce. Now, if I want to add some new object here, right? Here, I could see accounts and contacts, just for an example. If I would like to go with some other table here, or the other object here, then that comes under customization, which you are trying to add some new objects or new functionality to your system. That is nothing but the customization. So now you are aware like what is the terminology of the tables or the objects or the configurations and customizations, right? And coming to this look and feel, here this is logo and this is like sales cloud or sales application, where you could see this all nothing but the tabs. What is this? This all are like tab. Home is a tab, and opportunity is a tab, leads is a tab, and accounts is a tab. What actually all this? This is, as I said, this is like objects which maintain some data. What is the account? For whatever the company you are taking, each company should have some customers, right? The customers is nothing but the accounts and contacts here. What is account and what is contact? What is the difference there? Now, let's say I'm selling my Audi car. Audi is my company now. Just I would like to sell my product. If I am selling to some organization, then it comes, we will capture the data in accounts. If I am selling to the individual person, now let's say Suresh is my contact, Suresh is my customer, then I will maintain the Suresh information in the contact object. If it is like I am selling my product to some company, I will send it to the, I will maintain the data in the accounts object. This is nothing but the object. Now you could see accounts. This shows some information here. This we will call it as list view, which we are going to see in our regular classes. As we have some dummy data, here I'm just changing this we will call it as list view. List view is nothing but which will provide you all the information of the all the rows, which all the data in the system. Here currently it has like these many accounts you could see. Express Logistics, this is like dummy data. So each account I have the building and phone number and all, which you are maintaining everything in this accounts object. In the same way, we have the contacts. We can create different list views there. List view is nothing but how you are seeing the data. So these are the contacts I have in my system. These are the contacts. This is how this is like tabs and objects there. We have seen this logo and app launcher. We have different tabs, and just taken one example of Sales Cloud here. And these are the tabs, and each tab has some object here. And let's see, this is like profile. As you know, whenever you log in to the Gmail or somehow, it will show you your username and information and all. And this is like notification. Whenever you're logged into the Salesforce, if any email receives to you, then it will notify here. You can also automatically send notification. I mean to say, if you want to send an email to your colleague or somehow in the system, then you can also trigger notification. That's how you can implement in while we are checking the automation process that you understand, that you can understand at that time. For now, the notification bell icon, which provides you the if there is any notification here. Now here, not only this thing, if from Salesforce, if there is any updates or any guidance, it will automatically show you everything here. Here it shows like as you newly log into the Salesforce, it is providing new guidance center learning resource available, automation process with workflow. So it is suggesting you to go through some notifications here to learn to understand the Salesforce. Not only with this, within the system, if you are going with the RD core or some organization is using this particular Salesforce, and the work related notification that everything you can push here, that you can see here. If there is any activities or if there is any appointments or something, it will notify here. This is notification area. And settings is nothing but where if you want to configure the system there. So setup, which we explained, right, in the first screen which you see. If you want to go to the do some customization or configuration, if you click on this setup, it will take you to the setup page while you are trying to log into the system. First time while you register the login the system, it shows the page, right? This is the thing with the setup page. Here we will discuss like one by one all the things which required. Meanwhile, let's go here, setup. And this is service setup is nothing but now we are in the sales, but in the same way we have the service cloud. Why the service setup is something different? Why it's having the separate icon for it? Why? Because setting up of other clouds is different from the service. There is some entitlement, service level agreement. This all will be there, which we are going to discuss while checking on the service setup. But that is like same scenario. Instead of this regular setup, it will show you the service setup, right? This is the service setup there. We are going to discuss everything in the coming classes, but this is just to give you the introduction of Salesforce. Developer console, as I said, you don't need to install any softwares there. It will show you the force.com, the page there where you can implement some Apex codes here. Here you can make use of this particular window to write your Apex code and all, right? This is the platform which provides by the Salesforce to customize the system where you are going to use this window to write your code. That is developer console. And edit object, I will explain you here. Now we are in context. If you want to make changes to the context, instead of going to the setup directly, you can click on this edit object. It will take you to the particular page of edit page, which we are going to discuss in the next week. If there is any help and training, if you encountered any issues with the product, let's say now there is a contact here. If I'm clicking on this contact, it should be able to show me the list here, but which is not showing. There is no configuration or there is no customization from your end. But there is some issue with the application itself, the Salesforce product itself. At that time, if you want to log a ticket to Salesforce, then you can make use of this thing and you can get the support there, right? This is the help and training where like customer service, if you want to contact with the Salesforce customer service, you can go with that thing. And this is like global actions. What is this global actions? So wherever you are in the Salesforce, wherever in which, whatever, like you may be in different cloud, different objects, but you can make use of this global action. In the same page, now let's say I'm in the contact. If I would like to create a new lead there, so no need to go to the leads here. From using this global action, you directly select this new lead. It will create an account. You can create the lead from here within the same screen. This is global action is nothing but from wherever you are, you from this page, you can directly use this particular global action where you can also add the, now let's say if you want to add new account as a global action, that you can perform. Global action is like at one place where you can easily access and easily create the different records in the system. That's how the plus icon here. And we have seen the tabs and all here. And what else we can? Let's go to the setup. This is the setup page, right? And here you could see the app launcher and setup. It shows the where you are and home screen. This is like home screen. And what is this object manager? Object manager. What is object here? As I said, table, right? So this object manager, if you click on this object manager, you could see the list of objects. What all these things? Now, just we purchased the license. I mean to say, just we logged in as a developer, but you could see this many list of objects. It's almost 196 items, right? These are all the objects which is created by the system itself. That's what I said. 60% of the project already created. You don't need to develop anything from the scratch. This is from the backend. As I said, this is the setup from the backend, which you are not able, front-end user was not able to see the information. In the previous window, I have opened the account and I have seen the list view with the list of accounts, right? So how you would like to see the database of that particular object there? That is the thing, but in the setup page, you could see the account there, right? For this thing, you don't need to open the SQL server and all. You don't need to open the SQL server and to check what is that object or what are the fields we have. This is the in the setup page, you could see the list of objects there. What is this thing? Label, which shows you the display name of that object. API name, application programming interface name. In the backend, the system, it will automatically refer the each and every object or the field or the label or whatever, it will refer by using the API name. This is just for our display purpose for user interface. I mean to say the front end user who can access with these names. But that in the backend, the system will make use of this API names. Once you create any object or the field or anything, you can't rename the API name. What is API here? Application Programming Interface. API is like unique, which is automatically generated by the system. And here you could see the type. It is like standard object. What is the standard object? I will explain you in the coming classes while discussing on this object. Just try to understand the interface and the terminology here and just look and feel how the Salesforce looks like. And description, you can add some description here while creating an object so that this description will understand, will easy to read why this particular object is created. That will help to your teammates or your manager or your client so that this object is created for this reason. That is the description here. Last modified, if someone modified this particular account, it will track the when this modified, when is the last time this particular object is modified and deployed, and you are going to see that thing. These are the list of objects there. And let me open the object for now. You can see here, there is some fields or some options you could see. Here the description, API name, account and all, singular name, plural name, and this is the basic details of the object. Fields and relationship, which we are going to see in the tomorrow's class. Fields, list of fields available. What are these fields? As I said, user number, username, email, phone, right? In the same way, account number, account name, and all. This will provide you the list of fields to collect the data from the user. So we'll discuss these objects in the coming class. But today, for now, just focus on here. Now, let's say in our example, now RD would like to go with Salesforce CRM and they have just to check. Now they created a free account, right? After created, now we have created a free account, right? Then how to create the user? After purchasing this thing, I need to add my users or my employees, right? So that they can use the system and they can work for my business process, right? For that, in this particular setup, how to create an user. Here you could see users, right? Otherwise, this is like quick find or the search to some functionality here. You can make use of this user and users you could see. If you click on these users, it will show you the list of users available in the system. Chatter expert, user integration, user security. This is like system users. You are not going to delete. You should not delete these particular users in the system. And this is the 32 Yaksha IT is my user ID, which I have created, right? Now, currently, I have only one user here where I can use this user to log into the system. No other users can use this system, Salesforce system, right? To make use of this, I need to create a new user. How to do that thing? There is an option here, new user. Click on this new user. Here you are going to provide you all the information here, right? Here licenses I explained. There is Salesforce, Salesforce integration, Salesforce platform, Chatterfree, Force.com, free and all. These are the some of the license available based upon the editions. So if you go with unlimited, there might be more licenses will be available based upon the functionality. Here, this is the page you can create the users here. So now it's almost 9:50. So I need to explain some of the items here. So it may not, the time is not sufficient for that. So in the tomorrow's class, I will start with creating an user and remaining things we will discuss from the tomorrow's class. That's all from my end. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just, yeah. That's it from my end for today. In tomorrow's class, we are going to see how to create a user and how to set up the company information and all. Please let me know if you have any questions, or feel free to ping in the Zoom chat as well here. If you are not able to talk, we can also ping in the chat. Otherwise, you can also ping in the WhatsApp group if you have any questions. Yeah, I will take this silence as no questions, and we'll wind up the session for today. Please feel free to ping in the WhatsApp group if you have any questions. And within a couple of hours, my admin team will send you the recording link. That is like this recording will be uploaded into the YouTube or Yaksha IT Solutions YouTube channel. This link will be shared in the WhatsApp group. You can also refer the WhatsApp, the link there. And if you have any questions, you can ping in the same WhatsApp group. Thank you.